most people don't know how to persuade or can't persuade without manipulation because they haven't been taught the process of legitimate persuasion. Legitimate persuasion, the process of it, is a process where you or a person influences another person to voluntarily adopt a belief or an action through reasoning, evidence, and trust. This simply means that you or another person is getting another person to agreeably accept something that you are trying to get them to accept by way of logical explanation, proof, or just them believing the words you say or the things you do alone by itself because you are a credible person. You have to have reasoning, because if what you're telling this person or if what you're doing doesn't line up and nothing makes sense, that person is not going to believe a word you say. Secondly, if you don't have proof or evidence that what you're telling them is effective and that it actually works, they still won't believe what you say. And sometimes you have to have a bond of trust. This person has to have a level where they depend on you, or they lean into you, or they confide in you in some kind of special way. That could be in the form of close, intimate relationships with family, friends, or romantic partners. That same level of trust that's found in that relationship also has to be cultivated with the people you're trying to legitimately persuade. Even Jesus Christ uses this method throughout his 3.5 years of ministry. Why else do you think he had such a massive influence? Because he was a master of legitimate persuasion. A lot of times, Jesus didn't have to explain things. He used a sequential line of questioning that weaved together a cohesive message that formulated in the person's mind and their understanding, so they could come to a logical and reasonable conclusion that was solid enough to get them to believe him. Also, he had much credibility as a teacher and religious ruler of that day, religious leader, because he healed, had done miraculous signs, he raised people from the dead. So whenever he made a claim about something, people just automatically believed him because of the power he had, which inevitably led to him having mass credibility. And plus, Jesus formed bonds in relationships with people. The Bible says that he ate with the sinners and tax collectors. So of course, Jesus was into the business of connecting and socializing. And that in and of itself caused people to follow him. And that was what led to massive success in his ministry and in his life. And I'm here to tell you that it can lead down to the same thing for you. If you follow this method of doing legitimate persuasion, people will not only be more inclined to follow you by your influence, but they will be more inclined to support whatever mission or endeavor you're setting out to accomplish. Also, it can help you to problem solve. It can help you with your people skills to become more sociable, more agreeable, more likable, even more lovable. So if you want to have that level of influence in your life, in your career, then I suggestively advise you, learn how to masterfully use legitimate persuasion. I can't help it,